you so much for joining us and welcome to Camnet TV's Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. It is a Wednesday morning and I'm Tapelo Joe Smarter, your host this morning, and I'm joined by Mr. PHINIAS PUMULO. He is the United Party for National Development, National Youth Spokesperson. He is here to discuss a number of issues pertaining to youth affairs in the country. Mr. PUMULO, good to see you and welcome back to Camnet.
No, the pleasure is mine, and I'm very excited once again to be here so that we engage with the community out there.
Okay, fantastic. Now, Mr. PUMULO, we have a lot of issues to discuss, but before we do that, I'll ask my director upstairs to play a clip of an incident that happened at the PF Secretariat. Director. Okay, so that's the first video clip of what transpired at the PF Secretariat in Panganani Road, right here in Lusaka City's CBD. But for now, we're going to request for another clip to be played of Mr. Gilbert Diswaniso, the National Youth Chairperson of the UPND, his response to that incident before Mr. PUMULO comes in. Director.
Fortunately, few of the youth from Kanyama, where the UPND Regalia, my investigation, they are part of UPND, they are my youth. I'm not going to say no. There's nothing to say no. Then they had that fracas at PF Secretariat. Do we condone that? The answer is no.
Okay, thank you so much, dear director, for those two clips. And obviously, as Mr. PUMULO responds, we request that you play one of those videos in the background just to show the viewers what was happening on Saturday. Mr. PUMULO, let me start with the first video clip. Are those UPND cadres ransacking the PF Secretariat and attacking innocent members of the public?
First thing first, we must put things into context.
Okay.
Members of the public must be made aware of what is happening within the party PF, that they are preparing themselves to go for a convention. And this is the PF of the likes of Given Ruvinda and these others, because as you are aware, there are two functions of PF. There's PF, which is led by Honorable Chavinga, which is the PF, the actual PF. And there's a PF which the other party are claiming that is PF. So our own understanding is that there are a lot of squabbles in the PF. So those squabbles that are in PF, we as the UPND, we have nothing actually to do with those squabbles. Because people must understand that anyone within the PF may choose to act in the manner that the people acted.
Okay.
That is a fact. Because we have been saying as leaders that the PF of Given Lovinda must coexist with us, the youths of UPND. Why am I saying that we must coexist? There is too much provocation that is coming from the PF side. And then people must understand that from the inception, the president made it very clear that thuggerism has got no place during his tenure of office.
Okay.
People must understand that cadres, as cadres were there.
Okay.
But what is not allowed, it is thuggery.
But those
So
who are wearing UPND regalia, Mr. PUMULO.
It is very easy for someone to organize UPND regalia. They can easily go and print them. They
Are
give
those
the
not your
youths,
youths?
give the youths to wear them and go and create their own confusion, and they want to blame that on UPND.
Okay, now let me bring it to what Chairman Diswaniso said. Chairman Diswaniso admitted that some of those people are youths from Kanyama constituency, a constituency which you hold dear to your heart.
That's where
Mr. PUMULO.
That's where I come from. That's where I live.
Exactly. So now, if the chairman has admitted that some of those youths are from Kanyama constituency, a constituency where you come from, you mingle with almost all the youths in that constituency. We are aware of that. Can you confirm that some of those youths are UPND youths from Kanyama constituency?
So you see, basically what was happening that day, we had events that were happening in Osaka.
As UPND?
Yes, as UPND youths. From from the ward levels, there was a procession which started from government complex.
Okay.
It went up to Intercity. They went to town, proceeded to town center until Lima Tower.
Okay.
There was also a similar procession from Chinika Ward.
Okay.
Where youths marched from near the office of Member of Parliament in Kanyama.
Okay.
They went through Karushawaria Road. Then they went back to where the procession started from, in solidarity of the president.
Okay.
You get the point? So certain member of the community from the other political, it's like they took advantage of that situation to create the narrative that our youths were actually the one involved. And you know, the National Youth Chairman is Waniso. He receives more than 1,000 calls every day, of which if my chairman gets a phone and then he calls me, PUMULO, what is happening? Me, I'll tell him, my boss, simultaneously, there's also a case of ransacking at the PF Secretariat. You get the point? So the only thing that I can say in conclusion about this issue is that since our colleagues reported the matter to the police, so we are waiting the final findings of what the police will tell us. But me, I can confidently tell you that even the chairman said few youths, few. So from the people that he called, maybe it's 2 or 3 people. You can get the point. But look at the number that was there. So it is the PF themselves who are trying to create the narrative that UPND has gone back to violence. Mind you, there was a statement that was made by Honorable Kasaut, Member of Parliament for Wembo,
yes,
where he said that Kaddarism has retained. So because of people, they associate the Kaddarism statement with thuggery. You get the point? I want to make it very clear that we, the youths of the party UPND, across the country, we subscribe to Kaddarism. We don't subscribe to thuggery. You get the point? People must differentiate the two between thuggery and Kaddarism. You get the point? Because of the people who were there before us, so they made the word Kadda associating it with the thuggery, with violence. You know, people must understand that if me, I'm a Kadda, do I look at someone who is violent? No. This is a political year. It is now the political period. You get the point? So we as cadres of UPND, we're in full force making sure that we go out there and campaign for President Hakainde Hichilema so that he gets the maximum votes that he deserves, because he has achieved more. The only thing that we are not going to tolerate within our circles is someone to promote violence, division within the party, or anything related to thuggery. Kaddarism is normal in any society. I will tell you one good example. You know, there's City Market, or the Sekerera Market, or Sokone Market. There's Kaplanga Market in Mungu, where you and me we are coming from.
Exactly.
There are PF members there. There are SP members. There are UPND members living in harmony. In a market, why are they not fighting? Even here at City Market, there are PF members, They are UPND members. Why are they not fighting? Why at the PF Secretariat? And why now? It is because they are preparing themselves for convention. So they are trying to make sure that those 10 candidates of them, that have paid those 200,000 kwachas, any of those, they can organize such thing. You get the point? Because our national chairman made it very clear. It's a no-nonsense kind of situation in UPND. Once you misbehave, disciplinary measures are affected. That's how it is.
Okay.
One of the things that the president has pledged, for us to attract the investors like the way we have attracted in the past 1 month, we have seen high-profile investors coming into the country. That is a positive sign to see that the environment that the president has created, it is attractive now to big investment. And very soon, the Zambian people, they will see the fruit of the hard-working president Hakainde Hichilema. So cadreism, it is normal to practice cadreism anywhere. What is not normal, it is to bring in violence and thuggery and start stealing from the general public. That is not right. You remember the time that you hosted me, last time that you hosted me here. One of the caller called that there were people who were beating people at Unza bus station. I took time and went there. And we made sure that law and order has returned there. Then we even discovered that some of the boys who were there, they are not even UPND members. They're just criminals who masquerading as schoolboys.
Okay.
You get the point? So it is also high time that even members of the public must also understand where are we coming from. Because we are coming from a situation whereby PF themselves, they used to hack our people. They used to beat our people. They're like, me, I'm a victim. My father's house was attacked. You guys, you covered the event. My father, but after even winning power, I know the people who ransacked our family house. But we have no time for vengeance. We decided to live in harmony. And that is the core for every citizen out there, that we must promote oneness as a country. Let's allow politics, let's play politics of maturity, politics of ideas, so that at the end of the day, the best candidate may be elected. Because as far as we are concerned as UPND, Patriotic Front members, when they given Luwinda, when Makebi Zulu, when Nakachinda, they must be praying for President Hakainde Hichilema, for the bold decision that he made, to make sure that don't say at changing, so that we don't go out and revenge. Because we have people who are up to now. We have got people who are still living in Amabule to Matako. Till now, during time here PF. You get the point? So as much as people want to criticize the UPND over the violence, they want to connect us to the violence, they must also understand where are we coming from, what is causing this. I'll tell you one thing. The time that Brian Mundubire was filing in his nomination, he bust some people from Matero, suspected PF cadres from Matero and China, putting on PF regalia in a bus. You get the point? They found 2 women who were just walking. Kumatero. Those women were beaten. Same time we also received the call that one of our persons was beaten in China. So we discovered at the time that they were busing people from the compounds, taking them to the secretariat. Whoever they found putting on UPND regalia, they were being beaten. You get the point? So one thing that people must understand is that we don't normally move with our youths. You get the point? They also have lives to associate and life to movement. You get the point? So we spend most of the time talking to our youth to make sure that we are in check with the presidential directive, which is we need to create a safe country for us to attract investment. And one of the best ways to create it, first of all, it has to be a violence-free country, anchored on the rule of law. And that's what we have done.
Okay.
So the statement made by my chairman, it is the report that he got from the ground, because he's in touch with all the ones. He knows his people very well. You get the point? That is how it is. But we, as a party, we wait now for the police to tell us exactly what transpired, because they're still doing their own investigations. Because part of the investigation that we have gotten is that within the ranks of the PF, there are infightings. There's a group of Chaminga, and there's a group of those other candidates who paid the 200 kwachas. I don't know if it's to who, because the legitimate person, the president of PF acting, it's the group Yamini Chavinga. So that violence must not entirely be put on us as UPND.
Okay, just there, Mr. PUMULO. Let's talk about, you talked about two things. You talked about provocation, we'll be coming to that. But since you brought in Honorable Robert M. Chavinga, who is the Mafinga Member of Parliament and also the leader of opposition in Zambia's National Assembly or Parliament. Now, he is the acting Patriotic Front president as well. My question is, there have been assertions, strong assertions, Mr. PUMULO, that the UPND, the current ruling party, where you're coming from, is sponsoring Honorable Chavinga as a national youth spokesperson. Speaking on behalf of the youth, are you sponsoring Honorable Robert M. Chavinga in any way?
People must understand that Honorable Chavinga is a member of Parliament and is part of the government. Is part of the government together with the Honorable Sunday Chanda. And these are the people who have seen the benefit of the presidents of President Hakainde Hichilema, because they have benefited from CDF.
Okay.
So if Honorable Chavinga decides to support UPND, that does not mean that we are sponsoring Honorable Chavinga. He is a free citizen with his party to associate himself with whichever political party he feels like. We have seen the alliances, those alliances. Why are they not saying, those members of the alliances like Sean Temple, why are they not saying that we have sponsored Sean Temple to join the Tonse Alliance?
Okay.
He is free to join whichever party feels that he can form an alliance with. So even Honorable Chavinga, he is very welcome to work with us as a party. We have not sponsored Honorable Chavinga as a party. We have not done that. The only good part is Honorable Chavinga has seen the benefit of a 40 million culture, CTF. So it is easy for him to run his issues at his constituents. People are able to see what he has delivered because of the increased CDF. This is why him and Honorable Sunday Chanda, Honorable Enrich, they have chosen to work with President Hakainde Hichilema. So they are welcome to work with us, but we're not sponsoring anyone. As a political party, we are not.
Okay. You talked about provocation. You, the UPND, are being provoked. Who's provoking you?
I think the videos are there, Bwana Joe. The videos are there. People have seen the videos. You know, it is not easy for us as a party to make sure that our youths are staying in check.
Okay.
We are doing a lot of groundwork to make sure that our youths' emotions levels are controlled.
Okay.
Because we are coming from a situation where they were being beaten. My shops when I'm gonna my businesses when I'm gonna blow cut for PF. So when you see those boys going at PF Secretariat, making the videos, share them on social media, saying all sort kind of provocation, that is not right for the country. Because such provocation, they will make our youths bound to react.
Okay.
And they are doing that deliberately so that when our youths react, they will say that the cadreism and Thaka that President Hakainde Hichilema was talking about has retained. President Hakainde Hichilema is a no-nonsense kind of a person.
Okay.
That me I can tell you. He means every word that the president utters. When he says, stop thuggery, he means it. That me I can tell you. It is only under President Hakainde Hichilema where you have ruling party youths being arrested, being taken to court. It is only under his government. Such thing never used to happen under PF. So the PF are stage managing everything to make sure that they provoke our youths. But we want to tell them that we are above the level of provocation. Because where we come from, it was bad news. It used to be hell. Imagine whereby you are home, then you just see him, it was bad. So because they know that one of the reasons why Zambian people voted PF out, it is because of the violence. So they are trying by all means to initiate that so that the UPND youths react. So that they say, but me, I can safely tell you that the PF must learn to coexist with us as a ruling party. And they should stop provoking our youths. That they must stop. Because our people are being provoked. That is the fact. The videos are all over. Me as a senior as I am, I don't want to lower myself to talk about someone, a PF cadre who lives we live with him in Kanyama, somewhere there. I know this boy. He used to be a criminal somewhere at Soweto Market. Then he's parading himself that he was a youth branch chairman at Simpson bus station somewhere there at City Market. Those are chaps that used to beat up people. So he goes out now on the media trying to be a champion, forgetting that he was going to pay phone. This is the fact. But pay phone. But my guys was worried to pay phone. Got they used to sleep with those young ladies by force. So today wants to go on social media and then wanting being a champion. It's just because we have the heart of a human being. That's why we're just watching them. But the more they provoke us, the more Zambian people, they will now know that, oh, cancer change. And they've already said that they will never change. Okay. Imagine, Joe, someone who's to steal money from people, Yama Booth. If we were bad people, it is easier for us to take him to prison. Very easy. Because the fundamentals of many they are still there, they're still operating. We can just go and get some police report. That guy will be picked. You get the point? But because we have chosen to coexist. So that boy, I forgot his name. He's just a criminal who stays in Kanyamba. He used to be a branch chairman at City Market. You know that City Market was a no-go area. So how would you expect a branch chairman there to tell you that to me I never committed any illegality? How? When he was in charge there. So this peace that these guys are enjoying, they must protect it. As we have done our part as a part, the president has done his part. But they should also do their part by making sure that they follow suit. This issue of provocating one to be a champion, it one day end up bad for him. You get the point? Because the criminals who beat up that boy last time when he was beaten, those are the people that they used to beat. You get the point? So privately, they stage that operation, but many then they want to bring in UPND. You see what the problem is?
So the individuals that abducted this same individual are not UPND cards.
Those are fellow criminals, Baba.
They are his fellow
criminals. Yes, that guy is a criminal. Me, I'm telling you. Me, I stay in Kanyama, Baba. That boy, I know him. I know that boy very well. You get the point? I was a victim of violence, Baba. Even now, when you go, you know that I've never shared this.
Okay.
I used to run a shop as an Airtel distributor. That time, I was a super distributor for Airtel.
Okay.
And I lost a lot of money because criminals came. The time that I intended to stand on UPN as a councillor, they steal everything that I had worked for. You get the point? Years down the line, some criminals that I know, they came back again, right? Sacked my father's place. I know these people. We live with this in the same community. You get the point? So sometimes when you see that chap goes on social media, trying to make up these videos, trying to provoke our people, forgetting that where we are coming from, those guys used to beat us. Those guys steal a lot of money from people. Those people were sleeping with ladies by force in town. The people were just by these same guys. Now today that guy wants to be a champion of democracy. This freedom that President Hakainde Hichilema brought, we sacrificed our lives. We sacrificed everything that we had to make sure that President Hakainde Hichilema wins 2021 election, because we knew that if election got lose, we are dead people. So this freedom that we are given, they want to misuse or to abuse. They must reflect and think of where we are coming from, what they used to do to our people. Given Luwenda can attest because he was beaten by his own cadres. You will remember.
Oh, yes.
Given Luwenda was beaten by his own cadres as a minister. Now imagine what about just a mere cadre like me. You see? So after President Hakainde Hichilema was given an opportunity by Zambian people to rule this country, he just made a bold decision. No thuggery. No criminality. We don't want anyone to be collecting anything from our markets. through the able leadership of Gilbert Liswaniso and his team, and all the 10 provincial youth chairmen, they made sure that rule of law and order in bus stations, markets, and in community is adhered to. So the problem that we have seen as a part is that the PF are trying by all means to make sure that they bring us back to their old habits.
Which PF first? There are two PFs.
The PF of acting given Lovin.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's make progress, Mr. PUMULO. You've talked about individuals that sweated for this particular party and for President Hakainde Hichilema to assume office in 2021. However, there are strong concerns from some members of the public and within the UPND that President Hakainde Hichilema and his executive have forgotten the people that suffered for the UPND. The grassroots are crying that they have been neglected after sacrificing so much.
One thing that I'll tell you, the approach of President Hakainde Hichilema, it is new to Zambian politics, because the previous presidents who have been there, they were using State House to siphon funds or do illegal things to appease their cadres. That's what used to happen. So most of our people must understand that the president had taken over power from the PF, which used to misuse public resources for personal benefit. This is why you saw that the convict Malanje was even allowed to use the presidential jet to go and do their illegal business. So the question is, who allowed Honorable Malanje to use the presidential challenge to go and do the illegal things? It is how they used to operate. It was an operation, it was a government of criminals, of mafias. That was a government of PF. So the government of Hakainde Hichilema's government is centered on different approach. One of the things that President Hakainde Hichilema has concentrated on, it is to make sure that he brings in free education, so that every child is given opportunity to go back to school.
Okay.
President Hakainde Hichilema used to preach about form cooperatives. And those people who adhered to what he was preaching about and form cooperatives, some of these individuals, they have benefited because they have been given artisan mining licenses through the cooperatives. You get the point?
Okay.
The only challenge that I've seen is that those who have been given opportunity to serve alongside the president, I think some of those people have been failing us.
How?
Because you find that most of our people, when they go to the ministries, they will be labeled as cadres instead of being seen as part officials and as Zambians. You get the point? Because they don't go to ministry to misbehave. They are also Zambians. They also want opportunities. They want to do business with government. But if you block them and you label them as cadres, all the blame, the heap, it is taken upon the head of the president. And that is not right.
Let me find out, Mr. PUMULO, now that you brought that, our investigation team, my producers, when we got in touch with your communication team, and you decided, your communication team on your behalf decided that we should have this conversation with you. But it was discovered that there are some running contracts of PF affiliated members in most of these ministries. Is that true?
No, that is very much true, because you know, when the president took over the leadership of this country, one of the things that the president did did not want to go on the path of vindictiveness. So he allowed everyone to do business regardless of where you are coming from.
Okay.
The political party you're coming from can do business with the government, provided you are doing it within the confines of the law. Mind you, there are other people who are still serving this government, who are still staunch PF cadres, despite being given an opportunity that he's a Zambian. He must save the Zambian people because he's qualified. Even if he's a PF inclined cadre, given an opportunity to serve in the government of President Hakainde Hichilema, we expect those individuals to act impartial and to be neutral. Give opportunity to whoever qualifies or deserves to get that opportunity.
Okay.
We saw some of the people who were campaigning for President Edgar Lungu, who are still working in these ministries. These are facts. You get the point? So some of those people are the same people who are telling our youth that Vaukada Wanales. You get the point? And that is frustrating some of our members.
But how come PF cadres are getting contracts then?
So that is something that the system must introspect on them on their own, because I can't speak for the government. I can only speak for the party. You get the point?
Okay.
So that question, I think you may pose it to Honorable Cornelia Smith, who is the chief government spokesperson, who is also my boss in our office. But one thing I will only speak for the party and for the youths is that the UPN youths are hardworking youths. No matter how much someone can try to frustrate them, they will still pull through. It's unfortunate that those who are given an opportunity to repent as a citizen, so that they also contribute to the growth of this country, because they are qualified. And if they have decided to sabotage the government, I think Protectorate will judge them harshly. That's what we can say. It is very sad that someone wants to label our youths when they go to the ministries as cadres. That's a very sad reality.
Okay, let's go to the Copper Belt. We saw an incident, very unfortunate, and it needs to be condemned in the strongest terms, where stones were pelted towards the president's dais when he was addressing the affected marketeers at Chwempala market. Mr. Pumulo, is this the growing frustration among UPND members and Zambian citizens at large?
No, that one, my brother, I can tell you that it was an isolated incident.
Okay.
That one, I can safely tell you that it was an isolated incident. Even when you look at the people who were arrested, when you look at them, you discover that there are people who don't know what they were doing. You get the point?
Okay.
ADDRESING still commands 100% support from the Zambian people. So that incident that happened in Chingola, in our own view as a political party youths, we took that as an isolated incident. However, the National Youth Chairman and the team, they are set to go to Copper Belt, understand exactly what is happening, so that we
Isn't
get...
it a bit too late, Mr. Pumulo?
I know.
Looking at the time frame.
No. This is a
Time has elapsed.
No, this is a campaign period. We still have time, because we know what President Hakainde Hichilema has done. So we have no pressure. Us, our job is just to make sure that we go there and understand what is happening on the ground. Because what happened in Chingola does not reflect what is happening elsewhere. It was just an isolated incident. And it's very unfortunate that members of the opposition, they were trying to take advantage of that incident, then to paint the narrative like the president has lost popularity. That is not right, because we should condemn every act or every attempt on President Hakainde Hichilema's life, because he holds the office of the presidency. Even if you hate him as an individual, because one thing that I can tell you, there are people who just don't believe up to now that President Hakainde Hichilema is the president of this country.
Isn't he Zambian?
Even this is what I'm saying. Even
doesn't he qualify?
He qualifies. That's why he's the president today. Even if you don't like President Hakainde Hichilema, respect the office that he holds, the office of the presidency. You get the point? Because you and me, we know that during the PF, President Edgar Lungu's tenure of office, we never recognize Edgar Lungu as the legitimate president of this country, but we never organized thugs to go and stone him. We never did that, because we were operating within the confines of the law. You get the point? So some individuals who are trying so hard to paint the narrative that the president, the incident that happened in Chingola, it was a sign that the president has lost popularity. That one, I think, is a mystical. It was the incident was just isolated, and the president still command support across all 10 provinces. That means I can safely tell you that
one opposition political party leader doesn't agree with you, Mr. Pumulo. New Heritage Party leader, she was quoted in the media that you, the UPND, can only win an election, referring to the 2026 presidential election that you can only win it through rigging?
So you see, this is why we were saying that when we say that we don't have opposition in this country, people think that we are just joking. No, it is not easy to take over the governance of this country as a political party the way others think, because you need to go around in all 10 provinces of this country, 116 districts of this country. These some people are saying that President Hakainde Hichilema can only win through rigging. You find that just even combat by any Kanyama, nobody knows them. You get the point? Of which Kanyama alone, it is one of the highest registered voters, because that's a population of Kanyama constituency alone. We are about 1 million in Kanyama constituency alone. You get the point? So if a person who claims that Hakainde Hichilema can only win election through rigging, he is not known within the boundaries of Lusaka district, even Pasweto, Swaziva. You get the point? So if someone says that President Hakainde Hichilema won league through rigging, then me as a spokesperson of the ruling party, even commenting on such jokes, I think it's a waste of time, because me, I can safely tell you that we are not working on the numbers the way Comrade Antonio Mwanza used to do. As we actually on the ground, that me I can tell you, UPND is on the ground. Just look at the solidarity march that were taking place after that incident of Chingola. That tells you that we are still in command. What the UPND have done, they know that there's time for politics and there's a time now to work. Like this time around, it's time now to do farming. You get the point? Like Yomab said, that the opposition, they should now go and farm so that they produce more maize. So that they should not complain that no, Kairunga Watula Chan, it's a rain season. Honorable Mutoro Piri, Minister of Agriculture, I've passed on my farming inputs. You get despite of that, but me, I can tell you that 90% of farmers have received their farming inputs because they started in August.
Okay.
The government, despite delaying of paying them the money that they were owing our FRI, the minister went ahead and distributed farming input to the farmers, so that they help them to plan ahead of this farming season. So even our opposition, if they have not gotten their farming inputs, they can easily contact us so that we help them to get farming inputs. But saying that President Hakainde Hichilema is going to win through rigging, I think it is a sheer waste of time. Me, I can safely tell you that the free education that the Zambian people are enjoying, it is what they used to say in PF, that more money in our pocket. Because the money that used to pay for school fees for children, now we are able to save that money for something. After my exams, no single pupil was paid the examination fee.
Oh, the grade 9s have started as well?
There's no one who has paid the examination fee.
Okay.
And they don't want to talk about that. It has happened under President Hakainde Hichilema. They were saying that under Maboza, free education is not possible. There it is.
So possible. They are sitting for exams free?
Yes.
No examination fee?
That is what has happened.
No school fees?
That's what has happened.
Okay.
People must now vote for Hakainde Hichilema, so that after next election, but President Manje, you get the point? That's what I'm expecting. And I want also to urge those pupils that's completed their grade 12 that they should take advantage of this voter registration extension, that they go and register, so that President Hakainde Hichilema continues as president, so that Bafana Bao never take benefit of free education. Because it was a UPND manifesto, and it's our party policy to provide free education for everyone.
Okay.
You get the point? This is something the president promised. Nika wina is about pass free education. So a chap kakweni about pass free education. On top of that, ananga okay bafana baenda free ku school. The other industries in Ichani, baenda na njara ku school. So banamba ka pilot ka project feeding program kuma schools. Bana school manje bakudia kuma schools. You get the point? It has never happened. But under President Hakainde Hichilema, abapass. So wazafuna mtu wa mushebwanje. There's a company, no, we're not seeing infrastructure. Not the Congo as an Cuba. There's Ndola Lusaka Joe Karijwe. being worked on right now. Light standard, quality, and good price.
Okay.
That is what President Hakainde must stand for. In these coming elections, my brother Joe, we have no competitors. But democracy being the way it's supposed to be, we are going for elections. But as a party, we are not taking everything for granted. We are on the ground, and we have already kicked the ball rolling to campaign for President Hakainde so that we give him 100% votes.
Okay. Mr. PUMULO, I want to find out, over the weekend, and we saw an image, or rather a picture of President Hakainde Hichilema shaking hands with Donald Trump Jr. Today, we've woken up to headlines that the Premier Council of the People's Republic of China, His Excellency Li Kuan, is in Zambia. Not even a few weeks ago. I think a week ago, we saw President Hakainde Hichilema heading to Zimbabwe. Before that, we saw him going to Tanzania, obviously, to attend the inauguration of that country's president. Some economists or some sections of society are saying that these visits, these bilateral agreements are important to Zambia, and the UPND has resuscitated investor confidence in different players, global players. How do you make of this? Let me get it from you as the National Youth spokesperson, Mr. PUMULO. These visits, these agreements that are being signed, what significance are they bringing to Zambia as a country?
One of the things that the president said was that he doesn't sleep.
Okay.
He sleeps very late in wanting to make sure that things are done. One of the major scores that I would point out is the discussion that the president had with Aliko Dangote.
Okay.
Because
because
one of the challenges that the country is facing right now, it is a deficit of power. And the good part of this government is that the president acknowledged that even if he sleeps, he thinks of power. He wakes up, he thinks of power. Going to his office, he thinks of power. Because he understands that the people are bleeding.
Okay.
But it is something that people must understand, that the governments before this government did not invest in energy sector. So the time that UPND came into power, we now started investing into energy sector. It is not just an empty sector. It needs huge sums of resources for you to come up with solar power plants like the one that we have in Chisamba, the 100 megawatts, and they have now phase 2, which they want also to produce to also producing about 100 megawatts. So in total, Chisamba alone, they're producing about 200 megawatts. Previous administrations, when we were saying that there is load shedding, they were saying that you can go and kutundira mkaliba. But this administration, when people are crying that we want power, the president says, yes, we know that you want power. This is why we are doing this, to make sure that our citizens have power. Those big visits that we are seeing, that are visitors that are coming into our country, those are what we call A-class visitors. Those are big business men that have been visiting our country.
We also saw Mr. Tony Umelo.
Yes, it is because of the conducive environment that the president has created, and the team that he has structured, a team of technocrats. They are able to attract investors into our country, and very soon Zambians, they will see the benefits of the travels that President Hakainde used to undertake.
How soon is soon, Mr. PUMULO? Isn't this a campaign message?
No. I think you.
Because we need to be careful with the politicians.
No, I think you.
How soon is soon? Isn't this a publicity stunt where we are seeing Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, coming to Zambia, Mr. Tony Umelo coming to Zambia? We are seeing handshakes with Donald Trump Jr. We are also seeing the visit by Chinese Premier, His Excellency Li Kuan. Are these not publicity stunts? Going towards an election?
I think President Hakainde Hichilema and his team, they are not worried about elections.
Okay.
What they are worried of is to make sure that they deliver to the expectation of the people who gave them the mandate to rule this country. That is what President Hakainde Hichilema is preoccupied with. The issue of elections, it is upon us party cadres to make sure that President Hakainde Hichilema retains the presidency. As far as we are concerned, as a party, is that the president is preoccupied with making sure that he delivers what he promised the Zambian people. And the visit that the president, Hakainde Hichilema, used to travel a lot, then people, they even called him Kamwendo Munjia. And the benefits of those visits, these are powerful investors that are coming in the country to see the potential where they can invest in our country. And those are not just mere visits. Those are visits that are going to bring benefits in our country because of the environment. You can't have powerful people like Donald Trump Jr. visiting your country if you're not politically stable. If you're not, if you can't attract people like him to come and invest in your country, just know that you are doing nothing as a country. We want to congratulate the President Hakainde Hichilema for the hard working that he has shown for the past 4 years, 5 months that he has been president of this country. And the results are there, people are able to see. The only challenge that is there, it is the issue of power. And this is why you have seen all those kind of people coming into our country. The president and his team, they are pleading those people, invest into this sector so that my country can have power. You get the point? Because businessmen, they look at opportunity where they can make money. So if people like J Jr., Alik Dangote come into our country, they come to look for opportunity where they can invest. They can invest. As we are aware that he owns one of the largest industries in our country. So he has invested in our country before. So him coming back again and having a cordial relationship with the president and his team, it is a clear sign that he has got confidence in the country, in the president and his team. And we hope and trust that the results and the investment can kick off so that the Zambian people, they can see the result immediately.
Okay, Mr. PUMULO, as we wrap it up, the largest constituency is watching right now, which is the Zambian people. What message of assurance do you have for them amidst, like you admitted, load shedding? What message do you have for them? Even here, we are relying on our genset. You are aware that this area has been load shedded. This is Kablonga, IPEX, where we are. We have been load shedded. What assurance do you have for the Zambian people amidst load shedding?
The issue of load shedding has affected all of us. Even me, where I come from, we also experience this load shedding. We have not been spared. It is something that is making all of us bleed. But I want just to appeal to my fellow young people out there and to the country at large that trust the process. The president and his team, they are not sleeping. They are working day and night to make sure that the country has got power. This is why they have started the project, the programs. We have seen very soon Mamba quarries, 300 megawatts again will be brought on board in about 7 months' time. Okay. I think we are aware of that. We have seen the Chisamba power plant. There's also the 100 megawatts that is coming on board in about 9 months' time. There's also that is 50 megawatts that's also coming on board. So the president and the team, they are not sleeping to make sure that we have the stable supply of electricity so that our small businesses can continue. We just a matter of time, let's trust the process. Let's go and register as voters to make sure that the President Hakainde Hichilema continues as president of this country so that your child can continue attending school without paying anything, so that your brother who is at University of Zambia can continue receiving that meal allowance that the PF had removed. President Hakainde Hichilema is there to save the Zambian people, and his preoccupation, it is not the elections, is to make sure that he delivers according to the expectation of this country. The issue of load shedding, the president and his team, they are aware of the difficulties and the impact, the negative impact that lack of electricity can cause on the economy. As you are aware that the president is an economist and would love his people to subject them to long hours of not having electricity. Let's trust the process. Let's give him the confidence. Let's give the UPND councillors, the UPND MPs and the president another 5 years so that the growth and the right path so that everyone can benefit from the hard-working President Hakainde Hichilema.
Okay, Mr. PUMULO, on that hard-working note, we call it a day, and thank you so much for coming through.
So before you go, let me just appeal to my friends in
Okay.
PF. We haven't given the window that just stop provoking our youths. Accept that President Hakainde Hichilema has given you the freedom to do your politics. So don't try to drag our youths into your own problems of infightings. We want to assure the Zambian people that the UPN youths will remain peacefully. The issue of thuggery, the issue of beating people, it is not in our DNA. Yes, we are cadres. You can't stop us being cadres. You see UPND cadres everywhere. What we are not going to see, it is cadres beating up people. It is cadres taking money from bus station. That you are not going to see. That is not the President Hakainde Hichilema leading team is going to tolerate people to be beating people. You beat people, you commit an offense, you are on your own. UPND cadres are peacefully. UPND leadership are peacefully. National Youth Chairman is a man of his weight. You commit an offense, you are on your own. Tipempa chekuti mutipase kwa 14 nango next year so that President Hakainde Hichilema apitilize na free education. President Hakainde Hichilema apitilize na 40 million CDF so that Kamblas again kajakena kakabere constituency mwana zikomo.
Okay, Zikomo. Mr. PUMULO, there coming through from the UPND. He is the National Youth Spokesperson for the ruling United Party for National Development, UPND. On behalf of Mr. PUMULO, my guest, and you, the lovely viewer out there, thank you so much for having kept us company. My director upstairs, thank you so much. I've been your host, Tapelo. Joe Smarter is my name. We'll see you soon. Good morning.